There are many factors that go into deciding who to give scholarships to and who to admit to college. The top three usually being your class rank, GPA, and if you live in the Midwest, your ACT score. If you take an ACT, then you probably realize the impact that it can have on your life and your future and the reality of what it can do for you. Good morning. I am Michaela Simpson, and my goal is for everyone to understand the flaws of the ACT system. This includes the stress of it being timed, the fact that it doesn't test your intelligence, but rather how well you can take a test, and the cultural and gender biases that exist. If you're intelligent, but just don't do it well under the pressure of a timed test, you are being cheated out of opportunities. According to fairtest.org, the ACT system was created in order to give students an alternative to taking the SATs. However, ACTs were not any less biased, misused, or inaccurate than the SATs. Research conducted by the ACTs states preference is given to Caucasian males. Females usually do better in school, but ACT requires less thinking and more guessing. Males are more likely to take a guess, which females usually don't do. The ACT system is rewarding people for taking a shot in the dark, and on average, the female mind needs a more precise and definitive answer, while the male mind is happier to go with his first guess. While in the classroom, females usually do better, they are penalized while taking the ACTs. Multiple choice questions leave room for question if the questions are not specific enough. Male students usually assume a meaning of an unclear question and move on, while it can easily stump and hold up the progress of a female student. There is speculation that should college admission tests change into an essay-style test, that perhaps females will start to do as well or even better than male students. Another problem we run into is location and cultural biases. The test is written in Caucasian vernacular. The people whose first language is not English, they may not be aware of certain meanings of phrases. For example, we had a foreign exchange student at our school a few years ago, and he was confused by the phrase, "what's up?" because that's not, if you take it to its literal meaning, it doesn't make any sense. So a phrase as common to us as "what's up" could be so confusing to someone from Southern America. Think of all the other phrases that could confuse people. And even for people whose first language is English, it could still be confusing. Imagine if you were sitting next to someone from the Bronx and taking the ACTs. The phrases that you and that person grew up with are completely different. I'm from small town Iowa, and I'm used to the Caucasian vernacular that is written, the ACT is written with. So I've heard more of the phrases used and less of the ones not. And as admitted by the creators of the ACTs, ACT scores do not reflect how well a student will do in college. Studies show students do better in college than the ACT scores reflect. So if that's true, why do colleges put so much stock in what the score of a student is? If it's not an accurate system, do you believe that it is time to change that system? I do. I'll let you draw in on my personal experience, and maybe I can change your mind about the ACT system if I haven't already. Junior year, I was looking for colleges. Private college required a 25 along with what I already had, so I had the high class rank and I had a high GPA. State schools usually required around 23. But it was as if all that hard work was for nothing, because if you didn't get a 25, then you weren't going to get any good scholarships. And for some people, taking the ACTs is not a matter of not knowing the material, but rather having enough time to prove that they know it. As suggested by William Pitts in a PBS.org article, more stock should be put into your GPA, which shows your effort and work over a 4-year period, rather than a 3-hour test over information which you may or may not have learned. Rather, aptitude tests, such as the ALEX test, should be used to decide classes that you're prepared for in college, rather than the scores the ACT gives you, in which there are a few ways to prepare for. So while I think that they are on the right track when they decided to give people an option other than the SATs, I don't think the ACTs are the solution that we are looking for. Without conclusive testing, it's hard to know for sure what the best method of testing is. Other suggestions that people have come up with include essay entries, interviews, or perhaps relying more on major-specific aptitude testing. As stated by slantnews.com, even Albert Einstein believed that one's potential to perform a certain task relied on their natural ability. He's quoted saying, "Everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life believing that it is stupid." The ACT works the same way. The test is broken down into 4 categories: English, reading comprehension, math, and science. I had got an 8-point difference between my highest ACT score and my lowest ACT score. So that shows that I have a higher aptitude for one skill than the other. And the field that I'm going into is the field that I got the higher score on. So wouldn't it make more sense to take your scores from that aptitude that I have? As an audience who's having to deal with this issue right now in their lives, I hope that you will all help spread the word that this is an impractical system and that there needs to be a new system put in place to help students reach their full potential without letting a single score hold them back from success. Thank you. It was Dr.